No kids?
I don't want a man with kids. I don't want a man that comes with drama.
I will have y'all know it's well within your right to not want to date somebody with kids. Viewer discretion is advised.
I want a man with a baby mom. I don't want it attached to me. I want to date someone and have them be in love with me and me only. I kind of feel her because my delulu, I never wanted a man that had a sister or a living mother. Like, your mom's gotta be... You got a sister? How many sisters you got? 3? Nah, get on them out of here. I was serious.
Your mom has to be...
First of all, don't judge me when I'm speaking my truth.
No, I have to. You can't. Your mom has to be...
Yeah.
Some of y'all are gonna stay single, and I'm happy that y'all gonna stay single. Because what kind of a preference is this? What kind of a dating requirement is... Can you imagine a man walks up to... Hey, is your dad alive? He is? Oh, no, I can't. I don't rock with girls that got, their dad still in their life. You got brothers? Oh, no, I really can't with you now. No, sir. No, thank you.
The way some mothers are with their sons and the way that they treat their sons like they man, and that is disgusting.
Now, although I can agree, women that have made their sons their man is very disgusting. But I don't think that's worse than what you just said. I think some of y'all are taking preferences a little too far. It's getting so out of hand, it's not even making sense anymore. And I hate that some of y'all even have a platform to get on and speak this nonsense into the world. Because unfortunately, there's going to be one person that says, I agree with her. Although mothers that have that kind of relationship with their sons are anomalies. These are not mothers that you see every single day.
Like, if you got plans with me, you gonna dub me because your mother needs to go to the supermarket? So now I gotta wait for hours because you gotta go with your mother to the supermarket? Where's her man? I know we had plans, but my sister need me to. Where's your dad?
I don't think I've ever seen this level of selfishness in my life. What Shorty's ultimately saying is you can't be there for anybody besides her. And the moment she ever has to take a backseat to anybody else in your life because you should only have time for her, it is going to become a problem. I'll be the first to tell you, I see exactly why she's single. She gonna stay that way. I really hope she does. People with this kind of mindset don't need to get with anybody else and procreate. We don't need anybody else thinking like this. It's already enough that they're on a podcast that the whole world can see. And fellas, for y'all out there, please, whatever you do, I don't even care if it's recreational. Leave this woman alone in the worst way. Allow natural selection to weed them out. Y'all keep the change.
Is the good man shortage real or just overdue accountability?
I don't like that question. I don't think there's a good man shortage. You know what I think? I think that the majority of people that people are seeing are in the low vibrational crowd, and that crowd is loud, but it's the minority. I think the good people you don't really see, and this is men and women, because they be in the house. They be working towards their goals. They be in the gym. They are doing things that make them better. And so they're not in the collective of what is loudest in society. But when you go on Instagram and what you see is people popping bottles every weekend, and what you see is people that only care about the bags and the shoes, it's no wonder why people think there's no good men. No, there's no good men at where you're going because you're focused on the wrong thing. Do you want a good man that has character? Are you going to seminars? Are you going to retreats? Are you going to the gym? Are you going to the grocery store? Are you eating at healthy places? Are you going places where people actually care about themselves? Or are you going where people are going to celebrate and spend $1,000 a weekend? And for what? When they struggling to pay their rent every month. That's crazy to me. It doesn't make any sense, personally.
Okay, so he wants you soft and feminine, but he has zero plan, zero leadership, and zero safety. How can a woman follow a man who isn't going anywhere?
You don't.
She can't. Yeah.
You let that man go. That man is probably 20-something for the record, because a lot of them young little buckies, they got life to live.
Them YNs,
you know, little buckies, they got life to live.
Am I dating this right?
No. Doing this right.
Am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? Dating advice.
Are there any single Christian men left in the church? I genuinely never see them.
Say, one, if you're a guy that's watching this and you go to church, or maybe you're in spaces where you're looking for a wife or looking for a girlfriend, don't be afraid to shoot your shot. I know a lot of girls out there who go and they're like, these guys don't want to talk to anyone. So guys, be bold, have a conversation. There's a lot of girls out there who are looking to be talked to and looking to be interested in.
And you know how we know this? We're gonna take this opportunity right now. If you're a single guy or a single girl, why don't you go ahead and throw your name in the chat, in the comment section right now. And if you see someone that looks interesting, send them a little message. Be like, hey, how's it going? Shoot them a DM, and then let's see what happens.
And let us know what happens.
No one talks about divorcing a good guy. I've been divorced twice, both of which were my decision, and neither one of them were me or cheating on me. That doesn't mean there wasn't a pile of other reasons as to why we couldn't maintain a healthy relationship. People get divorced for all kinds of reasons. Maybe you don't agree on how to parent your kids. Maybe you suck at communicating and argue all the time. Maybe you don't agree on money and you have financial issues. Maybe there's no intimacy and you feel like you're living with a roommate. Those are all valid reasons to not want to stay in a relationship. And if that's you, you deserve to be happy. And I'm proud of you for taking responsibility for your happiness.
The reason why men seek loyalty more than anything else in a relationship is because we live in an age where women will initiate divorce with a good guy that has sacrificed for her and for his family. She will even admit that he is such a good guy, but that she's just not happy. She's bored. She's in a midlife crisis. Her hormones are out of whack. But what's really messed up is that she just wants to get rid of the guy that she views is in her way of getting that excitement that she wants. But the difference is that a good woman will continue to value the good virtues of a good man, even through her own unhappiness, her own boredom, her midlife crisis, and her hormonal changes. She will not make a permanent decision based on temporary feelings. And that is exactly what a good man needs.
Oh, you just don't seem like the kind of guy that would settle down. No, I'm definitely that kind of guy. I just don't trust or believe that majority or any of you women have the capability of being treated correctly and appreciative of that nature and that life. Y'all indulge in drama-based TV shows. Y'all are always gossiping about things that have nothing to do with anything other than the fact that it gives you something to talk about because you need something to talk about all the time. You always need this rush of adrenaline through drama, and you want me to sit here and take you serious, feeling safe in doing so, knowing that I'm going to treat you right? When again, I know that you're fueled off of and bad behavior. I don't want to be single. I'm just afraid of giving something to a woman when I know good and well the woman's nature is not to appreciate that good something. It's that simple. And until I meet a woman who doesn't give me 80% or 90% or shows me a large percent of her appreciating a good man, I need not even 100. I need 110% clarity that you are that kind of woman. Otherwise, I will continue to stay single, clap cheeks, and stay unattached. Because so far, that life has been way happier.
Where do single men between the ages of 28 and 40 go on Saturdays? And I don't mean like a specific restaurant or a specific location. I mean, generally speaking. Are they at the gym? Are they at a bar watching football? Are they on a hike? Are they at home doing additional work? Are they at the driving range? Are they getting brunch with their friends? What does a 28 to 40-year-old single man's typical Saturday look like? Because I can tell you what a Saturday for a 28 to 40-year-old single woman looks like. As part of my fall of outdoors, I'm trying to integrate experiences where I get to meet the male species. Every time that I've tried to do that, the places that I end up tend to be proliferated with 24-year-old men screaming at a television about football. For example, my Saturday looks like this. I wake up, I take my dog on a walk, I try to get in a gym class of some sort, Pilates, some kind of stretching class, I take a shower, make a cup of coffee, make my breakfast, and then I try and do about 2 hours of either work or personal errands. And then from about 12 p.m. until approximately 5 p.m. I try and do something social with my friends. We'll go to a bar to watch a football game, go to the beach for the afternoon, whatnot. And then I typically stay in on Saturday night, order in DoorDash, watch a movie, have a glass of wine, and go to bed. That's the male equivalent of that, so I know where to find you guys during the period of 12 to 5.
When feminists say they don't need men, you ready for this? When feminists say they don't need men, 96% of construction workers are men. 95% of electricians are men. 95% of plumbers are men. 98% of carpenters are men. 94% of HVAC technicians are men. 97% of mechanics are men. 96% of welders are men. 91% of truck drivers are men. And we know what the other 90%
Yeah, right, Marge.
Yeah. 97% of roofers are men. 95% of oil rig workers are men. 90% of machine operators are men. 85% of network engineers are men. 91% of mechanical engineers are men. 86% of civil engineers are men. 96% of firefighters are men. 85% of police officers are men. 80% of military personnel are men. 90% of pilots are men. 94% of train operators are men. 92% of forklift operators are men.
Wow.
These are some of the riskiest jobs in the world.
The reason girls and guys are no longer dating as much is because half of women read fiction books, whereas only 1 in 4 men read fiction books. Instead, they focus on self-help, making them more individualistic.
Right. It's men's fault. Again, would you believe we're finding another way
to blame men for whatever because of what? Thing is, the real reason men and women are not dating anymore is because women are entitled AF. Women think they deserve the world, and men just don't want to tolerate a woman who brings nothing to the table anymore, who can't even give them peace, who can't respect them, and who honestly can't love them in the way that they need. Therefore, women are staying single because, like I said, they don't respect men and they think that they rule the world and they deserve the top 0.0000001% of men, and men have just had it and get a pet instead. That's actually the real reason why.
I think that's the issue here is, you listen to clips like, are there any good Christian men out here? And, well, just drop a DM. Well, that's kind of the thing. And this is why men are kind of going a different way, because you don't seem like you actually hear what men are going through. I'm tired of it puts the woman back in the place of sitting and watching. Some of these women, they need to be out there in the field working. They are not ready to be in any type of relationship at all. But too many times the onus is put on the man. Just stop being scared and just put yourself out there and just get out there and make something shake, make something happen. Just slide into the DMs. I have been sliding into DMs. That's why I'm in the position that I'm in right now. These modern women, we get right up into the point to where we're about to hold modern women accountable, and then we throw it right back on the man. Hey girls, ladies, you have to be willing and open to receive something. A good looking guy, a guy out here, he's a great guy, but men, get out there and make something shake. We get right up into the point to where we should be saying, ladies, you are not, I don't know what's some whatever beautiful actress or something like that. And you might be beautiful, but your beauty don't outrun your attitude. Your attitude is bad. You need to fix that. Number one. Number two, you need to be open. When a man comes up and introduces himself to you, you need to be open. You meet a man at church or wherever you meet him at, you need to be open. Well, too many of these modern women are sitting around, if it was going to be me and I was picking, then I would change this, and this. And each and every girl has a different thing that the man should change. And if a man should take all of that information and try to change it and try to go, okay, I'm powerful, I'm invincible, I got information from women, and go over there and be dead wrong, get turned away, get called a creep. How? I learned this from women. Yeah, every woman's different. But I had like 4 or 5 different women tell me to, try something like this. Oh, you shouldn't be listening to them. I shouldn't be listening to, it's different. I shouldn't be listening to 4 or 5 different women on what to do. No, you shouldn't. Because they don't know what the heck they're talking about. A lot of them are not even stable.
Even having a good man is going to cost you something, and that's going to be amplified if you live with him. Because what you have to realize is that men are raised in a world where they believe that women are to serve them, even if they are good. He can be kind, he can be helpful, he can be a provider, but he's still going to have the expectation that you manage that home and that you assist with managing and regulating his emotions.
So does women.
Because then you're not just his partner. You become his manager, you become the planner. That is that invisible labor. That is that emotional labor, that physical labor, that financial labor, that spiritual labor that oftentimes you don't even realize you're putting into living in this household with this man. This isn't about hating men. This is about how a woman's peace grows differently when her home answers only to her. A man-free home is not anti-love. It's choosing peace over performance.
Guys do go through it too, They're dealing with a lot of they just don't get up and complain and talk about it the way that women do all the time.
All right, Short King, where do you consider that? How tall are you? 5'7".
I'm 5'6". I hate when short men are referred to as short kings. King to who? Snow White's dwarfs? Huh?
You can get such a hot guy if he's short, on discount, okay? This morning I got on Facebook and saw there was a girl from my hometown who put a post up that said, "Good morning to everybody except all the men under 6 foot." And all of her homegirls got on there and they thought it was funny and they started tagging guys, and the guys were coming on there and they were just being cool. They were being like, aha, funny, haha. But the girls were having the time of their life. They thought that was funny. I said, that is kind of funny. I could be funny too. So I just swooped in there and put a comment in there and I said, "Good morning to everybody except all the girls over 160 pounds. I don't know why they're tripping. I thought we were just being funny this morning. But I said, you know what? Maybe they didn't get that one. Let me try again. So I hopped back in the ring and put one more comment and said, "Good morning to everybody except all the girls with multiple baby daddies." Now they're in my DMs about it. Listen, the big broke girls with multiple baby daddies are going to leave those short kings alone this year. I'm not having it. Bro cannot help that he is 5'7". You could eat less and stay off your back. You all better find something safe to do this year.
You're being mean. Stop it.
The good guys watched these videos. The good guys watched your TikTok. The good guy said, "Oh, really? You think you're going to pull one over on me like that? I don't think so. I'm not spending cash on you on date one anymore." The good guy said, "Oh, really? You're going to trash? Okay, never mind. Cancel." Right? They don't want it anymore. What's in it for them? What is in it for them? So these are the same women that will complain and cry and moan and all of that stuff that where have all the good guys gone? And they will have no acknowledgement. And I say this all the time. How and when is the mass delete going to happen? Because eventually these 20-somethings are going to be 30-something and they're going to be wanting to get picked. And they're going to be like, "Oh my God, how do I delete?" Listen, you're not going to be able to delete it all because people like me take it and clip it into the shows.
Listen, I just want to give advice to women out there because I'm a little bit seasoned. If you have a good man, don't think you're going to find a better man somewhere else or leave him for a career. That's stupid as f-. If you have a good man, stay with him and build with him and just be happy with what you have. Stop thinking there's something better. There isn't. There's not anything better out there. Stay with a good man because we get bored and we're like, "Oh, maybe I want to fuck with this athlete." They're anyway.
Well, not according to a lot of these females online who are trying to recruit other females and making sure that they stay single, making sure that they're decentering men. In fact, they're telling them that, look, there's always a better man out there. So if you're in a relationship and you have a small argument, something very, very, very tiny, right? You should leave him and go find somebody out there that's better than him.
What the f*** is that supposed to mean?
How are you?
Doing well, how are you?
Good. I'm trying to ask men, why are you like this?
What the f*** is that supposed to mean?
You don't like that? Question? It just means why are men the way they are?
Are you serious right now?
Yeah.
Why are you the way you are?
Well, a lot of things, because...
Okay, well, I'm a lot of things too.
Why does that upset you?
Do you think I'm upset?
Seem irritated.
You seem irritated. Is it a joke?
Yeah, it's supposed to be fun and lighthearted.
The goal is to trap these men and say, why are men like this? What the... Honey, your whole premise that you claim is supposed to be lighthearted and fun is right from the first second you're attacking these guys, right? Because your implication is, what's wrong with you? Why are you so effed up?
Men need to date within their tax bracket and stop getting mad that the woman they want has high standards. You don't walk into a luxury store and get mad that the prices are high. You can either build up your money and wait to buy what you want or shop where you can afford. Dating works the same way. A woman with high standards makes insecure men feel uncomfortable. Not because they're asking for too much, but because she reminds them of what they haven't built yet. If you want to appeal to a high standard woman, focus on building your income, your discipline, your purpose, and self-respect. Build yourself up to attract the standard of woman you desire.
Jesus Christ. They all want to date the same guy.
Men nowadays, they don't want girlfriends.
The men you want don't want girlfriends. No. The ones that get super up and successful, no point for them to settle down a little bit unless they're moral or religious because they have so much optionality.
I agree.
If you wait to the end when they already made it, why they struggle all this time to not express and enjoy the reward of optionality with women. You know what I'm saying? You gotta use some discernment, see if this guy can have potential to be something in the future, and then lock him down. So you gotta find somebody.
Are you an open man or are you?
I'm a loyal nigga. What's up? You need some? Oh, okay. But yeah, that's all I got for you. I don't want to take up too much of y'all's time.
No, I'm good.
Oh, you're good here?
Yeah.
Let's see what's going on. You be choosing, you be choosing.
I
think that if you have children, you should be with the father of your children. That's what I think. If he was good enough to give you a child, but he's not good enough to marry, is crazy to me. He was good enough to give you something that's a piece of him for the rest of his life. You want to go out here low market value. This sounds really terrible when I'm saying it out loud, but you want to go out here and do all of that when you could have just stayed with him. Why'd you choose him in the first place? Why'd you let him shoot up the club? Why'd you let him get you pregnant?
That's real.
I don't understand that. And if that's the case, be with your baby daddy. I don't feel like women should be getting pregnant by everybody.
That's also true.
I just don't think that. A majority of children are accidents. They are. I'm an accident. You were probably an accident. Kenny, one day we'll probably have an accident.
I'm the firstborn too.
Definitely an accident.
I was the firstborn too.
So I say that to say, I'm saying that most children are not planned. It's like, oh my God, we're pregnant.
Yeah.
Most parents are not sitting here like, yeah, we're going to get pregnant on this month. Now, some are.
Some are.
I'm hope, in my situation now, I'm old. It's big old. It's giving.
You're not old.
I'm just saying now it's a plan.
Okay.
And I pray God is in alignment with the plan.
Man, is there any single men that are really trying to find their person that's not for the streets? Because it just seems like that's what's going on. All y'all men is just not serious about being with one woman. Y'all want your cake and your ice cream, your food, like everything. And then you ruining the good women because you're lying and you're playing games. Like, where are the real men that are really trying to find their person and settle down? Are y'all out there? Like, where are y'all? I know I'm at home. I'm a homebody, and that's probably one of my reasons or why I haven't ran into the right one. But golly, dating sucks. Bless it.
Okay, this is a crash out post. I'm currently crashing out. Sorry in advance. Women, do not get married and have kids unless you plan on and are capable of becoming a single mom. Because 9 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10, I don't know, statistically high, that's probably what's gonna happen to you. Now, I love being a mom. I really do. And in fact, I quite enjoy most of the time being a single mom. This is not fair. The world is not set up for single moms. You will struggle. I don't care what job you have. I don't care how much you get paid. Especially in this economy right now, okay? The world is not set up for single mothers. It will be hard. It will test you in ways that you didn't know that you could even be tested. You will have to fight for those kids, most likely. You will have to fight for those kids. You will have to wake up every morning and question, just real talk, if motherhood is really something that you want anymore. Because these men make it so hard. They make it so hard to be a mom. They take away all of the tender moments of motherhood that you could have had, but you were stuck in survival mode. So you didn't even really get to enjoy it. You're just surviving, trying to raise these kids, trying to do the best you can, and you get $250 a month. What the That is pennies. That is the gas money it is taking me to drop them off at their father's house and pick them back up. $250 a month. And my ex is a nurse. $250 a month. I'm sorry. Oh, I don't even know if I'm gonna post this.
And that's really the heart of the issue. A lot of these modern women say, oh, well, I made a mistake, with one baby daddy. And then you have another baby daddy. And then another one. At one point in time, does it become a mistake? And this is what men keep saying. So number one, how do you keep on making this mistake and having this many children? And even when you say, okay, now I have these children, I want a man to take care of them. And a man says, well, I'm not really interested in that. You would be, and here comes the shame, the guilt, the insults, the need to be right. You would be if you were a real man, because a real man would step up and take care of these kids. Maybe, but also a real man would know, I don't want to get myself in this position. A real man would know, even just irrespective of you, this is not something that I'm interested in. I don't want to have kids right now. And so I'm not going to put myself in a position to be having kids. Or if I am in that position, I'm going to be using protection. Modern women don't go for those men. They go for the man that's going to sit up here, because this is what happens in some situations. These modern women, you get into a certain situation, you feel a certain way, and things go out the window. Okay, that's once. And now you got a kid from it. And then you go out there and you do it again. You go out there and do it again. These guys are going up in there raw, like she said, shooting up the club. Now you might start off and say, well, I'd like you to wear protection. I don't want anybody going, we're going to do this, you need to wear protection. And the men don't really, well, I forgot it in the car, I forgot it at home or whatever. Well, I don't want to do it then. I don't want to do it then. I don't want a kid. I'm telling you, I don't want a kid. Well, you can just get rid of it. I don't want to put my body through all of that. It's easier for you to go ahead and go downstairs and get the protection. Or we can run to the corner store and get, well, it's not in the moment, this, and this. I don't want 18 years of a moment. I don't want 18 years because we're probably going to be done in like 10, 20 minutes. I don't want 10, 20 minutes to stretch into to 17, 18 years. So let's go ahead and get what you need to get. We can get right back in the moment. That's it. You got to start thinking a little bit better. You're not going to be perfect, but think about your future and stop letting these 6 men shoot up the club.
I have a question for single men in their 30s who have their life together and just haven't found the one yet for some reason. So if I was a single lady in my 30s and I wanted to meet you, where would be the best place to go? Just asking for a friend. Please let me know in the comments. Thanks.
Well, darling, the first place I'd recommend you go to is wherever you need to go to get that ridiculous piece of metal running through your nose removed. Because until you do, there's no point in going anywhere else. Just saying.
So recently I caught up with an old friend and she was telling me that she got divorced. And I was so surprised because her and her husband were such a cute couple and they had been together for 11 years. So I asked her, what happened? I figured something bad happened. She's like, honestly, I was just bored. My husband, all he did was work. I was a stay-at-home mom. We had 3 kids and I just got lonely and bored. And she had other friends that had, boyfriends or they had just got married and they were always going out, always going on vacation, always partying, going to the club, going to the bar, hanging out with friends. And they did none of that. And when she would bring it up to her husband would always tell her, I gotta work. They had a big house. They had nice things. He was just trying to work. So they ended up getting divorced. And now, she's single. She lives alone. She's working and she's dating. So then I told her, oh, well, that must be exciting, dating and stuff. And she's like, no, I can hate it. And I was like, why? And she's like, because all they want to do is just have fun. They just want to go to the club. They just want to go to the bar. They just want to hang out, have a good time. And then that's it. She said, no one wants to help me out. I'm trying to find someone that's going to help take care of my kids. She's like, I just want someone to be a provider, not just a good time. So I was all like, well, wasn't that what your husband was doing?
This is a prime example of a woman making the mistake of leaving a man based on the 90-10 theory. If you guys don't know what the 90-10 theory is, it's where a man can have 90% of what a woman wants in a man, but she becomes so focused on the 10% that man doesn't have that she breaks it off. She lets him go even though he has 90% of what she wants. And look, when a woman does this, she is fully convinced that she can find a man with 100% of what she wants. And then she goes out into the dating pool and she tries to find a man with that 10%. She thinks initially that this is all that she really wants and that is what she's focused on until she starts cycling through these men, and what she finds is that they don't have all the 90% that her ex did. She finds out the hard way that men don't actually all have that 90% that her husband had. That's why she didn't appreciate it to begin with, because she thought that every man, or at least many men, had had the same qualities as her husband, but you know, the 10% was lacking, and that's what she needed to find. Well, over time, she realizes that she made a mistake, that she should have appreciated that 90%. And as far as the 10% that was lacking, maybe she could have either one, accepted it because she knew that the 90% made up for it, or two, she could have agreed with her husband to work on it. But with that, she needs to be open to taking some accountability for herself and her own actions and potentially looking at changing some things that she does.
This man came up to my job the other day. I work retail. And he was like, do you have plans today? I was like, I do have plans today. I did not have plans. He's like, okay, so what are you doing tomorrow morning? I don't feel comfortable sharing that with you. He said, I'm an artist, I'm from California or whatever, and I'm just like out here promoting myself or whatever, some stupid, right? He said, can I get your Instagram? I said, I don't have my phone on me. Like, it was on register. He was like, okay, I'll wait for you to go get your phone to come back. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go get my phone and let him put the Instagram in so I don't have to deal with this interaction anymore, so he can just leave me alone. He put in his Instagram on my phone. He turned my volume all the way up, and then he started playing the music on his pin post out loud in the store. I like grabbed my phone and then like put it back down because like, what are you doing? And he's like, by the way, how old are you? And I was like, oh, I'm 21. And he was like, okay, just making sure because I don't talk to minors. Mind you, this man is minimum like early 30s. What do you mean? I would hope. And he said, since you were so nice to me, I want to take you out to dinner. Like, this man was like my height. I'm 5'4". He had like light brown eyes. Like, he kind of looked like Bow Wow, but not really. Like, short with light brown eyes. And he's like, just DM me and, you know, I'll take you out to dinner. Like, blah, blah, blah. I'm now thinking I'm being trafficked. What are you talking about? Do I have plans tonight?
Like, you know what? I think I'm gonna ruffle some feathers right now with what I'm about to say, because this dating pool is chopped with a T in the end, okay? Because I'm 40 years old, okay? And there's this guy that supposedly was interested, right? He's older, way older. And I went to a basketball game last week, and he's like, hey, tough loss because the Celtics lost, whatever. And then he's like, well, I hope you get home safe. You trying to take me out and you talking about, I hope you get home safe, and you're older? Isn't your generation supposed to be like, hey, you know, this is, you don't have to do this, but the intent, like, oh, you know, how are you getting home? I know it's late outside. Are you getting home by Uber? Are you taking the train? Did none of that. So you know what I'm gonna do? Not date him. So yeah, basically I'm not dating a man that is gonna be like, oh, well, I hope you get home safe, right? Because if you're trying to court me or get me, trying to persuade me to dating you, shouldn't you be a little more chivalrous? I don't know. What do you guys think?
There's just something about men sleeping in that I can't stand. Like, I get it, I'm the problem, whatever. But like, as a man, why are you still asleep? You should be outside mowing the lawn. And you know what? I want to blame my dad because, dude, if my dad worked at 8 a.m., he would wake up at 4 in the morning. He had this whole routine. He would pray, read the Bible, take a shower, take forever doing his hair, whatever. And my dad always wakes up early and he's always getting into something, right? Doing the randomest things like fixing the garage or freaking, he'll find something. So I just cannot, I don't know. Wake up. Why are you all dainty still laying in bed? Why are you still sleeping? Get up. Go clock in. Okay, go build a house.
Maybe it's because that man is tired from working a full-time job plus overtime. This day and age, both men and women are tired. They both have a lot on their plates. So to have this backwards line of thought where he can't even sleep in one day or dare not even take a nap. Well, if it's the other way around, if it's you sleeping in or you taking a nap, well, it's because you're tired and you're working hard and you have a ton on your plate. Him, on the other hand, he's just being lazy. Sounds like a double standard, which apparently you recognize on some sort of level because because you say, I know, I am the problem. But to breeze over that so quickly and then tell a man what he should be doing instead of sleeping in, I don't think it's registering. And a lot of men, too many men experience this time and time again in their relationships. They feel like they cannot rest. They have to be constantly doing something. Then you ladies are surprised that after that relationship crumbles and they end up like in a divorce, those men don't want to be in a relationship again. They just want their single peacefulness.
Highest divorce rates, 2 women. Lowest divorce rates, 2 men. Highest rates of 2 women. Lowest rates of 2 men. 75 to 80% of divorces filed by women. Top reasons: boredom, unhappiness, no longer compatible. Highest rates for maltreatment of children by women. Women consume social media at a far higher rate than men. Women are also 3 times more likely to deal with mental health issues than men. When you share these statistics, you are automatically labeled a misogynist pick-me who hates women, but fortunately, I care more about truth than being accepted by the sisterhood. I'm also not a girl's girl, I'm a woman's woman, which means taking radical responsibility and accountability for my own gender. And the truth is, we have a lot of work to do. What has happened instead is not only my generation, but the generations of women before us just constantly blame and deflect everything on men. You'll hear them say, well, if the men were good, if the men were better, if the men were more masculine, then we would be better women. And that's an extremely entitled take to say that your virtue only relies on men in society. With that attitude, you will actually never attract the men that you claim to want in society. If you are living a debaucherous lifestyle as a woman, you cannot turn around and say, it's men's fault that I don't have anyone to marry. It's men's fault that the dating pool is messed up. No, it's your fault. The best thing that you can do in your life is just to say, everything is my fault, and start taking radical responsibility for your own life, instead of blaming and deflecting on everyone else.
Most men have never been and would never be. Most women cannot tolerate anyone telling them what to do, yet expect a man to fix all their problems whenever they need. Most women want the same rights that men have, but refuse to take the same responsibility as men. Ladies, if you want a good relationship with men, stop blaming them for everything. The men that you're living with in this world today, first of all, had nothing to do with men 50, 100, 200 years ago. Second of all, just want to find a woman who they can love and build a life with. But apparently a lot of y'all don't want that. And you complain how there's no good men left. Maybe men aren't the problem. Have you thought about that?
You know, modern women really got to start looking at themselves. They really do. There's this one girl in the black tank top. Listen, if a man looking like Bow Wow in any phase of Bow Wow's journey came up and talked to you, he's right up your alley. You should be so happy that this man has come talk to you. Bow Wow when he put on weight, Bow Wow before he put on weight. If it's the Bow Wow that put on weight, he's still in your wheelhouse. If it's the Bow Wow pre-weight, he's out of your league. If it's the Bow Wow during the fame, and you know he ain't got no weight on his face and all that stuff, then that Bow Wow is way out of your league. What I'm trying to say is these modern women get online talking spicy, and then they make comparisons, and the comparisons that they make aren't good ones. Because the comparison you just made, that guy is right in your wheelhouse. That guy, attractive, looks wise, he outshines you. He probably will dwarf you. Modern women aren't really sure. They don't really know for sure. I don't want to say how bad they look, but you don't look that great to be on here talking like you're talking. And then we can leave her. It's just a bunch of delusion. We can leave her and go talk about I'm 40 years old and the man was talking to me and he didn't, back in the day they would have offered, hey, how you getting home? You're taking the train or whatever. He just said, I hope you get home safe. That type of man, they don't make them like that no more. Man, he probably figured how she got there is how she gonna get home. Are you listening to yourself? I wouldn't want to date you either. Stop talking. Modern women open up their mouths and they have nothing but stupid things to say. Y'all are probably in the talking phase. Y'all always begging for something. The man said, hope you get home safe. I don't know what you're doing. Number one. Number two, modern women never tell what they got going on. They never say, they make it seem like, oh, he just said, I hope you get home safe. Only God knows if you had an attitude. to where that man was like, oh, well, you know, I don't know what you're up to. I was trying to talk to you. I'm trying to text you. You ain't really responsive. Well, I hope you get home safe. You know, I'm worried about you. Just trying, well, you know, if you're going to worry about me, get me an Uber. No. If you're going to worry about me, pay for me a taxi home. No. The same way you got up there, get back home. I'm not going to continue to spend my resources on somebody I don't even know. I don't know you. What a loser.
I find it so interesting that when I talk about meeting my husband's needs, the automatic assumed thought is that it's just or the only need a man ever has is a need. That is completely untrue. Don't get me wrong. I've never denied my husband. I've never turned him down. I've never refused. I've always responded because I love being desired by my husband. And transparently, my husband's super sexy, okay? I desire my husband. But men are also significantly more complex than just lustful creatures like women like to paint them out to be. For example, women will sit here and demand a man increase his emotional intelligence, right? But what they really crave is that emotional vulnerability from a man. If you've ever listened to a man without interrupting him or trying to change his mind, you will hear from them that being vulnerable with a woman is a dangerous game to play. And women don't want to hear that because they refuse to take responsibility or accountability for the fact that they weaponize men's vulnerabilities. They will attack them, they will degrade them, and then they will emasculate him, and he will never come back from that.
We talk about the average man that's on dating apps. That man has to swipe right 200 times before he plans one coffee date, and 4 of those 5 coffee dates will end up ghosting him. That means that man of average attractiveness has to swipe right 1,000 times before actually going on one coffee date. That man has to have so much internal self-confidence and self-worth for this not to start chipping away at who he is. And then on top of that, women all day long will tell him that man just needs to do better. He needs to grow as a person. He needs to be funnier. He should dress better, and he should start taking better pictures. He should redo his dating profile. That man very often will do these things. But more often than not, there is no change, and then that man just becomes more frustrated with dating today. So much so that man just decides to stay single. And that man will either just get lucky someday and he'll eventually meet a good woman, or he will find happiness in his singleness.
For ladies that think their looks is what attracts men, when Matthew McConaughey saw his wife, he said, "What is that?" He didn't even say, "Who is that?" Because he said her energy was so attractive. Men feel you before they see you. I know everyone says men are about looks. Yeah, men are. But when your man is finding you, he is going to feel you before he really sees you. This is why stepping into prize energy, your unique energy, your highest self-worth, your most embodied feminine energy that is tailored to you is so important, because then your man notices you. You're no longer trying to be like every other feminine out there. You have uniqueified, I just made that word up, your own energy, and your man is going to be like, who is that? It happens every time to all my clients.
So y'all rather reach in the back and get the bad boys, you know, the ones that look good, the one that got the popularity, the one that got the money but no character. That's the man y'all go for. Cause right, you'd rather cry in a Bentley, right? Yeah, no, I'd rather not cry at all. See, and the good men at the front going to work faithfully, ain't out all night, ain't clubbing, in bed by 8 watching anime. Them the ones. I'm telling you now, them the ones. But see, look, them the ones that y'all be saying that give y'all the ick, right? No, it's not the ick. You just want the bad boys. The good men is the men that y'all be ghosting because y'all say they too nice.
Tim, I need y'all to tell me if I'm fried. So we finished our workouts around the same time. He was on the Stairmaster and I was walking towards the women's locker room, which was right behind him. He was wiping down the machine. I walked past him. I stopped. I decided I'm gonna say something. And so I turned around. Go get a smile on my face. Like literally like, I'm gonna say something. And I approach him. Like as I'm approaching him, you can see the confusion on his face and like the, like, right? It could be that he's just like trying to breathe because he just got off a Stairmaster. Or he's like, what the f is this girl doing? And I was like, I figured I'd introduce myself since I see you here every morning. My name is Maddie. What's your name? I can't remember if I shook his hand. I blacked out. He's like, my name is so-and-so. And I was like, and he had said, you know, I see you here every morning. And I was like, oh, thank you, you too. Smiling the whole time, cheesing the whole time. He's like, I try. And then I turn around. Don't say nothing else. I turn around and start walking. In my mind, I don't know what was in my mind, but I took 4 steps and he was like, well, have a good day. It's like, oh, have a good day. And then I walk into the locker room. I'm cooked. I need to find a new gym. I need somebody to tell me it's gonna be okay. Because I really like that gym. So I need somebody to tell me it is okay. And to never talk to him again.
I am 42 years old. I am single. I'm a mother.
Behold, the 40-year-old single mum. After 15 years in a relationship, she is back. The moment the relationship ended, she started posting selfies again. Her Instagram, a carefully curated grid of sadness. Each caption reads, strong, independent woman. She doesn't need a man. And yet, her entire personality is about desperately trying to find a man. I'm not picky, she says. She just wants a man who is funny, emotionally mature, financially stable, physically fit, 6 foot, loves kids, doesn't have kids, but is amazing with her kid. And of course, no drama. Even though she is the drama. When her kid is with her ex, it's self-love week. Translation, wine, and Bumble dates with boys half her age, just to feel young again. Her leggings, 2 sizes too small, pulled up to her ribcage to contain the chaos underneath. Ah, yes, the 40-year-old single mom. She's like a car crash. You don't want to watch, but you just can't look away.
The last time I was single, I was 24 and the dating pool was everyone. And now it's like a shallow puddle of age-appropriate men who are old and gross, and I don't want to do that.
I'm just going to say this because I know it's going to piss some people off. But honestly, if it triggers you, good. If a woman cheats, it's usually not random. It's not one mistake. There are patterns and no one wants to talk about them. So I'm going to give you 3 things that massively increase the chances a woman will cheat. Not always, but often enough that you should pay attention. First, low self-worth. I mean, she needs attention to feel okay. Like, she feels good when she's desired. She feels alive when someone's flirting with her. And when that attention dips in the relationship, she starts feeling empty. She'll just say, I'm just talking. I didn't mean anything, but the truth is she was feeding something inside her. Second, she avoids emotional discomfort. This one is huge. She doesn't sit with loneliness. She doesn't sit with boredom. She doesn't sit with unmet needs. The moment things feel heavy, awkward, or emotionally dry, she looks for relief. Not resolution, relief. So instead of fixing the relationship, she distracts herself with a person, with attention, with a vibe. Third, porous boundaries. And this is the one people defend the hardest. She'll say, I'm just friendly. I'm just being nice. I'm just a friend. But she's oversharing. She's emotionally intimate with other men. She's keeping doors cracked open, just in case. And cheating doesn't start with intention. It starts with no boundaries. If you don't protect the relationship, someone else will walk into it. Now listen, this is important. None of this makes cheating okay. Ever. Cheating is still a character issue. But if a woman has low self-worth, can't tolerate emotional discomfort, and has weak boundaries, the relationship is on a thin ice whether you want to admit it or not.
You know, modern women, if you keep on listening to bull crap like this woman talking about the men, they don't see you, they feel you. I understand what she's saying, but we need to shut that stuff down. The man's gonna see you. And then he's going to be like, is she a nice person? Is this somebody that I want to get to know? Is this somebody worth knowing? You have to understand that men work off of exploration. That's how they find a lot of stuff that they find, because I am exploring. I am just looking and seeing what's available. I might go out there and see, what is this? And then the next time I find what I want, I'm going straight there. I'm going to establish it and I'm going straight there. That's why you see burger places. That's why you see a lot of these business out here. I know what I want and I'm going, hey, we need to set up shop over here. And then you see certain stores come about. You see certain homes come about. That's probably because a man said, okay, we know what to do now. We know what the area is going to look like. We know what we want. Let's go in there. Neighborhood over here, stores over here. What kind of stores? Well, what kind of store do these people like? Store, gas station, store. That's it. We're done exploring. We know exactly what we want. man is going to look at you and attractiveness. He's going to see, oh shoot, this woman is pretty. Let me go explore and see what's up. Oh, she's nice. This is the person that I want. All of these other women are going to fall by the wayside. If he sees you and you're beautiful, he's going to start to explore. When he walks towards you and he sees that you have RBF, whoops, she has RBF. I know for sure that's not what I want. I'm looking for pretty and nice. Looks like this woman, who they would rate a 7, is pretty, and she's also smiling. Nice. Goes from a 7 to a 9. I'm going to go talk to her. That's the end of my exploration. A lot of you modern women aren't worth exploring. A lot of you modern women don't even get explored. A lot of you modern women don't get approached because you're not worth exploring or getting approached. You have that nasty look on your face. You're a loser. You show that you're a loser. You might be dressed nice. You might have a nice car. Your shoes might be nice. You might be cool. You got a lot of friends. You got a lot of networking opportunities, but you're a loser. You carry yourself like a loser. Got a lot of money. Carry yourself like a loser. Hair looks nice. Makeup is on point. Dress is banging. Body's banging. Loser. Y'all need to get up out of that. Stop trying to sell these women courses and you ain't gonna do nothing. They're gonna go out there with this sort of goddess energy with their chest all out and look at me and I'm this and that, and ain't no man gonna pay attention to them. You're gonna have Chad and Tyrone looking from the top. Chad, it's your turn. No. Tyrone, be my guest. Be my guest and go down there, knock you down. Chad, there's still enough, brother. Come on down and get you some. I'm on my way, big dog. And you're gonna get knocked down by both of them. And you're gonna go home with 2 more bodies and the energy that she gave you. Stop that crap. Come back to reality. Stupidness.